Hi, I'm Meg McNaughton and I was president of the Newcastle Business Club in 2009. I was president of the business club in 2009, which was 30 years after my dad was president of the club in 1979. The business club was always a major part of growing up because there was the highlight of the Newcastle Business Men's Club Christmas event held at the Winds Ballroom, which is always very exciting. You got to wear a long dress, you got to see Auntie Anita playing the piano, Santa Claus would come and you get a bag of lollies. It was a huge, huge event. And there was that. There was also the Newcastle Business Men's Club gift that every child received. And in 1979, my mum, I feel sorry for her, was trapped in our rumpus room sorting out hundreds of presents and figuring out, okay, what kind of present would a 7-year-old boy like? What do you think they would like here? What about this? I was lucky because I was able to say, well, I really like this gold blue bird necklace with the little locket. I think that would be very nice for an 8-9-year-old girl. I think that would be very lovely. So that was the big highlight that year. I suppose it's a perk of being the child of a president at that time. And I'm sure that all of the other presidents' children throughout the years actually enjoyed that. We did celebrate in my year by having a president's dinner, and I did share a number of my recollections, including the business club committee events, which were held at various committee members' houses. And that was also a highlight for me because we didn't have much junk food in our house. However, on the Thursday morning, after every fourth month or so, we would get up early because there'd be leftovers. There would be the French onion dip and a few stale jats. There would be the sponge cake with some lovely cream and a few little bits of jam that was still left over, courtesy of all of these men who had come to sample all of these delights. And things have changed now. There are a lot more business meetings rather than in the homes and living rooms of people's homes. And we used to meet in the boardroom of the Harris Wheeler offices, and that was always very civilised, but there was no Jats crackers and there was no French onion dip. No criticism, but just an observation. My year was the first year of moving to a monthly meeting. We grappled during the years leading up to that when I was on the committee with the falling numbers at the weekly meetings, and it is very difficult in this day and age where everybody's pressed for time, pressed for lunchtime in particular, to actually have a day a week out of the office every single week is a little bit of a trick. And then there's the cost associated with it and so forth. So in my year, we moved to a monthly meeting. And again, there was that juggle because we had previously had 40 or so meetings every year with a mix of popular speakers, a mix of local speakers, a mix of local and popular speakers, and people that you would otherwise pay to see. And so moving to a monthly arrangement was pretty tricky. So we decided we would have a 2-speaker arrangement, and we would have somebody who was potentially a draw card and somebody who was local in order to make sure that we maintained that business link as well as the local link, but also by attracting people to come to the club by having some noteworthy speakers. In reflecting on my year, I seem to have had a lot of interesting people. We had the Premier, we had the Leader of the Opposition, we had Nick Greiner come and speak, we had a range of people from a number of business organisations, we had researchers, we had authors. So it was a really interesting mix to pull together, but it was a challenge, and I have to pay tribute to some of the amazing committee members. Meg Purser and Holly McNaughton just did an amazing job behind the scenes, pulling together the vision and all of the material, and Holly in particular moved everything onto online engagement. There was a constant debate, and I suspect the debate continues, about whether or not we have an online Vision only or if the Vision magazine should go out as a hard copy as well. So far it's continued on in print format, but Holly has been a driving force in moving to the online space and really bringing the club along into the 21st century. And Ron Skanes, as the secretary, was just a dynamo. He just kept going and going and going. He got everything done. Everything was smooth. It was so easy just to be the president, even allowing for organising 24 speakers and trying to figure all of that out. But Ron was amazing, just keeping everything together. And Brendan McNabb was also wonderful as the treasurer, and the other committee members that I served with prior to being president, and then subsequently to that. Everybody was really committed and willing to make an effort, and I think that's what Newcastle's all about, and it just reflects the Newcastle Business Club as well. We're a very Novocastrian organisation, there's no doubt. The Business Club, previously known as the Newcastle Business Men's Club, has really evolved and moved with the times. I was only the second female president, but we've had a number since then, including our current president, Holly Martin. It's an interesting change in the dynamics or the demographics of the club. We've really seen that change from moving the executive meetings out of people's lounge rooms catered for by the business club's wives to actually having the business women in the network and really being a driving part of the committee. And that's been a fabulous part of the Newcastle Business Club. I think probably the best thing about seeing the club turning 85, which is an amazing achievement in itself, is the knowledge that it will continue on. It has had 85 years of strong success and will continue to do so because of that driving force from the committee and people who are willing to make a contribution and keep it going. And there's always something interesting happening at the club, even if it is just having lunch and catching up with people you haven't seen for a while. And I encourage everybody to join and to maintain their membership and to keep on going because it's fantastic. 85 years is incredible, and it will be another 85 years to come.
Visit www.newcastlebusinessclub.com.au to learn more.